go and tell people about this program now, people who aren't awake, they're going to think I'm totally crazy. But it was an ABC News special just 40 years ago, right? So it's like people weren't awake, but they actually knew some stuff that was really going on. They just didn't pay it much attention.
Yeah. Do you believe we landed on the moon?
Well, if by the moon you mean in some desert, then I suppose yes. But
that's such a good answer. I'm not going to go any deeper than that. That's all I needed to hear. You know, I mean, NASA gets $19 billion a year for what? What have they done? What do they do? They do some stuff on green screen, and they're doing COVID in space all the goddamn time. They get $19 billion a year. And for what? What have they done? And when anytime you ask them, they're in front of a laptop, they're in the fake International Space Station behind a green screen, and they always say the same thing. Oh, what are you guys doing up here? What are you guys studying? Oh, we're out here doing scientific stuff, scientific projects to get us further into the solar system and back to the moon, and then from there Mars, and then scientific stuff. They never say anything. They never say what they're doing.
The absolute best answer or comment I've ever heard from NASA was when some guy asks them, "Hey, how come we haven't gone back to the moon?" And they say, "Oh, we accidentally lost the technology."
No, actually what they say is worse.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back.
Are you kidding? They destroyed the tech. You destroyed technology? It's crazy. They're laughing in our faces. $19 billion a year. $19 billion a year. I bet at first they were like, okay, 18 billion, they divvy it up in whatever Illuminati ways they do. And then they'll say, okay, we're going to save 1 billion for we got to build some rockets and stuff. And they got their hangars, and they got to have, their scientists building, whatever. And then they do green screen stuff for the International Space Station footage and all that, But then as time goes on, there's just less and less money for that green screen stuff, because they're just used to that money just being theirs, So they're like,
yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? And then that money gets smaller and smaller to fake it, to keep it going, and they get greedy and greedy. And now I bet it's probably like they have like $100,000 left for the green screen stuff. Because have you seen that footage? You have that footage of CNN landing. They land a rover on an asteroid going 14,000 miles per hour. You can't even see 14,000 miles an hour. Like the International Space Station is supposedly going 17,000 miles an hour, and they dock on it. Can you imagine docking on something? Check out, look at this.
There's so many ridiculous things about these stories.
The vast vacuum of space here. How is NASA, how amazing is it that NASA could pull this off?
Well, this is incredibly amazing. This is really the first time, Aaron, that we...
Big cheers going up here inside the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory. Aaron, you just think about how much time and energy the people in this room have how much time and effort they put into this being a success. And there, I think you can see the crowd cheering down in Mission Control. Probably the only time that you're going to cheer for a loss of a spacecraft, Aaron.
Oh, and we have impact.
Come on, man. Come on. Dude, they probably got like 30,000 left after they everybody takes their share and their cut. They don't have anything left. Did you see how bad that looked? Did you see how bad that looked? They had like a rock.
Yeah.
Like the rock was so clear too, and it's like, how many millions of miles away is it? And they got this. Oh, they got this. It's going 14,000 miles an hour, and you're gonna land some shit on it. And then they got people in a room going, oh, we need. They're like, the director's going, cheer, go, yes, yay. It's like so
They probably had someone come in there and prime them up beforehand to get them ready to show that energy, right?
I think what they do is they just get people that really believe it, and they get them in a room and they show them like the whatever video they're going to show whoever, and they're going, oh look, this is normal, we're supposed to be watching on a video, and then they show it to them, and then it's always the same thing. When something lands or whatever, they lose like transmission for a second, and then it pops back up, and then they just tell people, it landed, yes, it landed, we did it, yay! How easy is that? Oh man, you pay a guy $500,
That's
you
right.
can make that happen.
Now, you just, you recently interviewed Crow 777, right?
Yes.
So did he tell you about his test, his cell phone test? Because he's applied this to, to this issue about the, going up in spacecraft. Because what he said this test is, if there's a phenomenon, right, that you described that occurs on the Earth, if it hasn't been captured by a cell phone camera, it's not a real phenomenon, right? Because everybody's pulling their camera and filming everything, right? So we get all these we get lightning strikes on film. So where's the astronauts like pulling out their phone and recording, the launch into space, or where's their GoPro, recording that? And, we could just see that one time, like that would be enough.
That's what I've said. I've said that. I go, people say, what would it take to get you to believe that we're on a spinning ball going 1,000,000 miles an hour through the universe? I said, it costs $20. Get a GoPro, put it on one of them astronauts' helmets. One of those astronauts that is going to go dock onto the International Space Station that's going 17,000 miles an hour. I want an unedited video of him getting into his rocket, taking off, no edits, and then docking and landing, and then getting off, and then looking down at the Earth. You put that together, I'll shut the fuck up.
That's right. Same here.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's always
listen,
the same thing.
I've done that. I've done that on the racetrack. Like I take a camera.
Yeah,
everybody does it. You want to film everything that's cool like that,
I used to be a big space nut, man. Me and Joe Rogan, we had every series every space series on DVD, every season, space, the BBC one on, what was it called? Planets. The BBC, there's like 12 DVDs, one on the sun, one on neutron stars. I watch all that shit. And then every now and then, it is kind of weird that we're just looking at CGI this whole time. Every documentary is a CGI on space. There's like no actual real footage. And it kind of fucked with me a little bit, but I was like, oh, that is weird, but it would be nice to see like what shit really looks like, but whatever.
Listen, why can't you just take a regular picture? Why do they have to have these composite,
exactly.
Come on,
But you don't need a composite when they landed on that asteroid that's going 14,000 miles an hour. Oh, that shit was clear. that was clear as hell. Hey, you know what? We did 3 hours.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that flew by. Thank God you and Sam Tripoli know each other, because I would have probably never met you. But man, you're awesome. This is my favorite podcast of all time for sure.
Wow. Thank you.
Oh my God. Like you made a lot of things ultra clear for me in regards to the scamdemic, and confirmed a lot of my beliefs. And with your background in the medical field and in biology, that just I feel a lot better about spreading the misinformation that I'm spreading. But we definitely got to do this again. There's got to be a part 2, part 3. Thank you very much. Anything you want to plug before we go?
Well, I mean, not really plug anything, but I want to, like we didn't get to talk about it today, but this has also led me to like uncover how people really can heal from illness. And so, maybe we can talk more about that, because I think, what we have to, once we learn, that the medical system is actually causing deaths, that they don't have the information right, we've got to make a transition. We got to make changes in how we take care of our health. Otherwise, we're going to be at their mercy. And so I'm, trying to make that transition, trying to bring about a new empowerment among men and women to take care of their own health. And so, that's really where I'm at these days. Of course, I'm always willing to talk about this topic as I've done over and over again. And it's important to learn these lessons so we don't make the same mistakes again. And I would just say, send people to my website, andrewkaufmanmd.com, and everything that I'm involved with, you can find out about there. And there's quite a lot of stuff. So if you like what you heard today, check it out.
Well, I loved it, and I'm sure my audience loved it as well. Beautiful stuff. Dr. Andrew Kaufman, thank you very much. We'll talk soon, and we'll do part 2 soon. Thank you.
All right.
Since ancient times, people have used the safe healing effects of clays to protect and detoxify the body, removing the toxic chemicals that lodge in our tissues and allows the body to activate its natural healing force. Medicamentum Authentica brings to you Clarity Bentonite Clay. Clarity absorbs and removes toxic chemicals from our body and advances the healing process, so we can live our lives and be well again. Known as one of the greatest, ancient and pure, most versatile earth elements available for internal and external detoxification. Pull toxins out through the skin and return the healing mechanisms of the body back to full power. Get clear results. Absorb and eliminate toxins with Clarity Bentonite Clay by Andrew Kaufman MD